We're up in the hills, and whenever you're here, all you think about is being close to nature and living the slow life. But of course, when you go back to the city, it's all back to square one, right? And then you want another escape to the hills. And I think the loop continues. So what would you say is the best way to ensure that you can live mindfully in the city within the realm of certain habits that not only fuel you, but take you closer to your goals every day?
Um, I think the first thing I would say is walks. It's a
Right.
very simple thing. I think very often we come on holiday and it's when we're like, let's go for a walk.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go explore nature. I feel like if you can find a pocket of a nice patch of lawn or even like a nice garden or even a quiet street and
Yeah.
incorporate that into your daily routine,
Yeah.
it makes a world of a difference. So that's my first tip. Secondly is, again, when we're in the hills, okay, we do tend to indulge a little more, but we always talk about eating clean food
Mm-hmm.
and getting farm to table or whatever it is.
Right.
Again, incorporating clean meals every day at home. Try to pick out good, fresh veggies,
Mm-hmm.
good quality ingredients,
Yeah.
and making it a part of your lifestyle.
But don't you think like a lot of people know that they've got to eat cleaner and better? I think the knowledge is out there, but why are so many people like struggling with it? How can they ensure that they finally get back on track? Because they know eating clean is going to make them feel better, it's going to serve their health better, but they're just unable to do it consistently, at least. A lot of families don't eat clean. So if there's one child who's an anomaly and who stands out and wants to eat clean, he's not going to be able to sustain it anyway.
Um, I think it's small changes, and it's everything you talk about. It's discipline. It's building that discipline within yourself.
Mm-hmm.
It's about knowing you have to do it,
Right.
regardless of the circumstances, whether it's festive season, whether you're tired, whether you're sick, some movement,
Yeah.
eating. Start small. Start with one fruit a day.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to have a fresh plate of green veggies and protein right away.
Yeah.
Take small steps.
Baby steps. I was
Baby
actually
steps.
reading this book in the hotel yesterday, and it's this book of wisdom, a lot of quotations on different topics. And it said, and I think this idea is so cliche, but I think it's true, that the successful people don't necessarily feel like doing something, they just do it regardless.
Yeah.
When something's supposed to be done. Like if I'm supposed to be up and get a workout done, whether I'm in the hotel or elsewhere, I get it done. It's really that simple, right? Do it regardless of how you feel about it in the moment, because more often than not, your brain is going to challenge you and it's going to want you to not do it.
100%.
And if you still do it, you'll end up seeing results and you'll be very happy right after.
Yeah, it takes one small step,
Mm-hmm.
a slight action to make big changes. So if you constantly tell yourself, oh, I'm lazy today, I'm sick, or I don't feel good, I'm not going to do it, I'm going to start tomorrow, tomorrow never comes.
Mm-hmm.
But if you just change your mindset, shift it to say, you know what, it's raining, it's cold, it's misty, I don't want to do it, but I'm going to get it done. The chance of you going again tomorrow just become easier.
Yeah.
Yeah. That small step makes a really big change. I don't know how to explain it. Makes
I
a big
always
step.
try to go back to the time where I was just starting my journey, whether it's on discipline or fitness. Because right now, going for that walk and getting a 7 kilometer or 5 kilometer done is relatively easy. But when I was just starting out, I would remember that my brain would fight me every single day.
Mhm.
And that fight happens today as well. I'm used to it. But your brain fights you so much to ensure that you never change.
Yeah, and that's the challenge, right? Pushing yourself every day, building that.
But don't you think
discipline.
somebody would like burn out if they keep pushing themselves like a mad person every single
No,
day?
it's what you talk about. Building muscle. Discipline is kind of like that, right?
Yeah.
the minute you stop, you lose your gains.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to constantly fight and you have to constantly push yourself. And it does get easier.
It does get easier.
Yeah. If someone stops working out for 3 weeks, but they've been consistent for 3 years,
Right.
it's going to be easier for them to get into it.
Right. Please.
So as I was saying, if someone's a regular gym rat or someone who does work out regularly
Right.
for even a year, 3 years, whatever it is, if they have to stop for whatever reason for 3 weeks, it's going to be easier for them to
Get back on
get
track.
back into it. But
That's
you
literally
never know.
muscle memory, right?
Exactly. But if you don't have that discipline and if you don't build that, you're not going to be able to achieve many things in life.
Okay, so what are you doing if you know you've got to go for that walk and you have a park and everything's set and your shoes are out, but it's pouring and you know that stuff is uncomfortable and it's pouring, it's pouring. What do you do then?
Me, personally, when it's icky and it's muddy and it's raining, every bone in my body's like, ugh, sleep in, don't go.
Yeah,
But I'll try to compensate for it at some point.
right.
I will try to change the timing I go that day, or I'll make up for it the next day, or I don't know. I will, if it's not too bad, I'll go.
You'll go.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think what you can do is focus on how you're going to feel after it. Because a lot of times I drink and I know it's borrowed happiness. So I've borrowed certain happiness from tomorrow and experiencing it today. And tomorrow's going to be nasty and there's going to be a hangover. It's the reverse with movement and these walks.
Well, I'll give you an example. I've been sick. You know this. I've been sick. I had the choice to kind of just lay in bed yesterday, but you were stretching.
Yeah.
And it hit me that, you know what, I don't need to run, I don't need to work out, but a stretch will actually make me feel really good in the sun.
Yeah.
Even today, you went for a walk, you asked me to join, I said, nah, I'm gonna lay in. But then just taking a small, slight detour before breakfast and coming out here, I was like, oh no, it's actually really nice.
It's actually really nice. Okay,
Yeah.
so I think this has been quite productive, but let's just end the conversation with what if someone's struggling after this festive period and they want to get back on track? What recommendation would you have for them? Because they've really let themselves go over this holiday season and now they want to get back on track. So what would you say to them?
I think first thing is acceptance.
Right.
Accept that you had a good time. Don't feel guilty about it.
Embrace it.
Embrace it. Embrace that you enjoyed your drinks, you enjoyed that laddu, that extra paratha with extra ghee on it, you know? But
Yeah.
then once you accept it, it will be easier for you to take the following steps to make better decisions in your life. Start planning, start strategizing, start thinking about the changes that you want to make
Right.
and how you want to get back into it and really start executing,
Right.
you know.
So number
Small
one would be
steps.
like accept, embrace. Don't be guilty. You had a good time, man. You're here for a limited time. And Diwali is going to come every year. I'm not going to recommend that you give away the joy of Diwali for 10 years for a beautiful 11th, right? Enjoy it every year, but also ensure that you develop enough discipline throughout the year so that when you go off track during the festive season, you can bounce back easily.
Yeah, and something I would like to say is a lot of people after the festive season, they go on crash diets.
Oh, yeah.
You know, they feel so guilty for how they've eaten or how late they've slept. And I think the Indian mentality is deprivation, starve yourself, go on a crash diet.
Yeah.
Bahut kha liya, I'm gonna,
Keto kar lo.
yeah, I'm gonna not eat, I'm gonna do a juice cleanse. Doesn't work like that. I think you have to take small steps.
Yeah.
You know, we all go through it, and there's so many reasons to be festive in India every year. There's
Every year,
Holi.
every month.
Every month there's something. So you can't be making drastic decisions like that. I think small steps, you know, start with a 5-minute walk, sleep 5 minutes earlier, wake up 5 minutes earlier.
Yeah.
Um,
Baby steps.
Baby
Build-
steps.
So, for example,
Yeah.
I haven't been lifting a lot. Now, if I go back into the gym, which I will after Pune, in Pune, I'll of course work out. I'm flying day after. But when I get back inside the gym, I'm not going to do a 40-kilo chest press
You'll injure
with
yourself.
dumbbells. Even if I don't injure myself, my body's going to be like, dude, what are you doing? I'm going to start with 20 and then 25 and then get really comfy with that. Give me 20 days. I'll be at 40 again. That's the beauty
Sure.
of muscle.
Exactly.
That's the beauty. If I'm sleeping well, got my nutrition on point, my body's really gonna serve me. So baby steps, embrace your journey. And I like to say it's a journey for a lifetime.
Yeah, and to tie this all together, it's what you said, it's baby steps. You're building your muscle and you'll get there. It's the same with discipline,
Yeah,
right?
it's small things done over time that compound.
Yeah.
Have you read this book called The Slight Edge?
Yes, thanks to you.
Oh, you read it?
Yeah.
What do you think of it?
Um,
It's remarkably simple. I think kids can read it.
I like it. Slight actions,
Right.
greater results.
Yeah, it's one of those books that really worked for me. It was simple, it was easy to read.
I actually passed it on to a lot of friends too.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I was actually very concerned about Oika's health because he was getting very chonky and stuff like that. And my default setting, again, let's do a crash diet for Oika, reduce his carbs, insane walks. And then I'm like, if I wouldn't do that to myself, why would I do that to him?
Yeah.
So I read The Slight Edge, and that just said, walk every day, every single day for the rest of your life, and that stuff is going to add up. So now when I'm out of the city, as I am today, my sister takes them for a walk.
Yeah.
So we're doing something for Oika every single day. And over time, we've realized he's gotten fitter. He's more
Yeah,
agile. He hops
exactly.
into the car and he's sprinting.
I noticed that the other day.
Right? He looks chunky, but he also looks fitter.
He jumped over that log and I was pretty impressed.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, so it's the basics. Embrace your flaws as well,
Yeah.
but ensure that you are
That's one of the
working
points he
towards overcoming them.
he talks about in the book, do it every day. And if you miss a day, it's okay. You have tomorrow to start again, just keep pushing yourself.
But that's the whole idea.
Yeah.
We hate ourselves for going off track, but going off track is very human.
Yeah.
Computers do it all the time. So if an
That's true.
airplane is flying, it's going to go off track, but it gets back on track. Imagine if an airplane's like, shit, I went 2 degrees off course. Now I'm just going to crash myself. That's humans all the
Exactly.
time.
You have to
You go
course correct.
2 degrees off course, that's fine. Nudge yourself very gently with utmost compassion back on track.
Yeah.
And your mind's going to thank you for it. So my thing is I go off track like every month, every 2 months. Where I'm like, okay, let's get back on. Let's get back on. And because there's muscle memory,
Yeah.
getting back on just is far easier.
100%.
So I think being gracious and compassionate to yourself is very important.
Yeah, be kind to yourself. Treat your body respectfully, and you can't treat it like a machine, right? At the end of the day, it's exactly what you said. If you fall back, course correct,
Yeah.
and pick yourself up, put on your shoes, and start again.
Yeah, because going off track, indiscipline, lack of willpower, these are all human states and conditions.
True.
You were made this way.
Yeah.
But you can, with active effort, conscious effort, deliberate effort every single day, reverse this.
Yeah.
But it's never
Consistency.
completely reversed because these are human states.
Yeah.
Right? So anyway, with all this, I hope this little conversation that we have had in this beautiful location helped you. And if you enjoyed this, let us know in the comments. We'll keep doing more of this candid sort of style of videos. And I'm going to see you for the next one. Make sure you do the regular stuff, like, comment, etc., etc. You know the deal. I'll see you later.
Damn, I always learn so much from you, man. I really do.